Hey everybody. It is, what's the day? I never know what day it is. That's okay. It is June 11th, 10th. I think it's the 10th. It might be the 11th. It's okay. It's all good. Something that I wanted to encourage today that I was thinking about is um, I wanted to give hope and encouragement for those that are suffering from addiction, which is just like compulsion to, a lot of people have compulsions to all different kinds of things. People have compulsions to eat food. Addiction is really everybody, whether they want to admit it or not. Most people don't want to admit it, but everybody um, suffers at one time or another with types of compulsion or addiction. I myself uh, was a drunk for years, and it got really bad. Me and my husband were not married, but we split up, and just it was bad, and I was taking pills and all kind of stuff, and but what I didn't realize was that the pain, I didn't want to face the pain. It was too much for me to handle, but it really wasn't. But I thought it was. And so I just was running. Like, I didn't want to feel feelings. I didn't want to feel any emotion. I thought it was wrong. I thought there was something wrong with me. So I'd have all these emotions and just unresolved, undealt with anger, um, unforgiveness, all that kind of things that I'd held on to, my baggage, I guess you'd call it, that I just wouldn't let go of. And I just drowned myself in alcohol. And and as time goes on, I find myself coming more and more out of things. Like, I don't have as much of a need to have a crutch, but I'm still being like, I'm. There will come a point where it's illuminated to me or highlighted to me that I am using something as a crutch, and I'm like, oh wow, geez, I didn't realize that, and I'm thankful for that. That's like God showing me, you're not using this as a tool or for a purpose that it's supposed to. I'm using it backwards or whatever. But either way, there is nothing wrong with you, whoever I'm talking to, and God loves you very much. And um, we start to hate ourselves when I couldn't figure out what it was. I couldn't figure out how to fix it, how to get help. I was a functioning alcoholic. Like, I went to work and I functioned, but at a certain time of day, I needed to have that alcohol. And it actually got to the point where I started, like, drinking at lunch. Like, I would have to have wine or some alcoholic beverage at lunch because I would start getting the shakes, you know? And that just makes you feel bad about yourself. Nobody that is suffering with any type of addiction wants to be suffering with that addiction. They feel trapped, and they don't know how to get out. And really, it's like hell. It's awful. Um. Oh, it's. But there's hope. And one of the things I'm learning is that the things that I overcome, there's a reason, there's a challenge in life for us to overcome some of these things. We learn lessons, and you're not trapped. You have control. Whatever, you have to find what it is that you have control of and make small decisions. It all happens for me, and it's not going to happen overnight. Some people it does. Some people it has happened overnight. I have seen miracles. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but don't get discouraged with yourself if it is little teeny decisions at a time. One decision at a time. Sometimes I like to only stay. The reason why I never know what day it is because I don't make a big calendar for myself. I don't make a lot of plans, activities, not right now in this phase in my life, because just getting through the day with joy and happiness and love and peace. Um, that's good for me right now. I'm recovering. I'm healing of years of abusing myself with food, drugs and alcohol, and cigarettes. I used to smoke a ton of cigarettes. But I'm learning, and there is no right or wrong way. But anybody that's suffering from anything, God loves you. He's not angry with you. He loves you. His love is the power that sustains you even while you're doing the drugs. Like, he's with you, and he has never left you, and he's not condemning you. Like, don't beat up on yourself. What happens is we start to hate ourselves, and so we separate. And we whatever aspect of ourselves that we don't like, we separate and we push it away. And the separation actually happens inside of us. And we already know that a house divided can't stand. So I used to hate myself. I didn't realize I didn't care about myself. If God loves me, I have to love myself. Who am I to hate myself if God loves me? So I have to love myself because God loves me, and I love myself. And then when I love myself, I'm able to love others around me, which are like the 2 commandments that Jesus gave to love. He said everything's fulfilled in those 2 commands, which is to love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. So if God loves me, I have to love myself. And then I can also love my neighbor as myself. And you love God because God loves you. But either way, I just want to encourage and give hope. Like, you're going to make it. You're going to be okay. You're going to make it. And there's still days when I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I'll think to myself, our minds have so many thoughts. It's really interesting how the mind works, but there's such power. I had no idea the life that we want to live is really, the power is at our fingertips if we learn how to start cultivating what we've been given. It's very beautiful, but just one day at a time. At first, I was only able to go like 10 minutes at a time. Like, really, like, just, I'm going to get through this 10 minutes. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to keep my mind occupied. Smoking was the hardest. I mean, that was really the biggest challenge for me. It was really, and honestly, one of the things I'm learning is I was trying, which makes it even worse if you start really trying, I'm noticing with my binging and restricting, which is a whole nother thing, and I'll go into that later at some other time. But binging and restricting is something I've done for years because I thought I was fat and I just want to lose weight. So I was constantly, I started gaining weight after I stopped dancing. And so I just was always trying to like diet. And the more that I diet, there's the word die is in that word, the more you try, it's like, makes it 10 times worse. I lifted all the food restrictions off of myself, and I know it's going to take a few years, but I'm going to listen to my intuition. You have a guide inside of you. God is inside of you, and he'll guide you. And if you just listen to your body will naturally tell you what you need. But if you're like, I ain't eating that. Nope, you want this, and I ain't going to give it to you because it's going to put pounds on. Like, you're basically going against yourself. Anyways, I just wanted to offer encouragement for you today, and just let you know that God loves you, and I love you, and you love you. And every day we wake up is a new canvas and a new opportunity. And people are going to be haters. We got haters everywhere. People are going to hate. Love your haters. But don't believe what they say. If somebody's down on you, they're downing on you, talking bad about you, coming, just riding you, giving you a whole bunch of condemnation and all this other stuff. They can say whatever they want, but you decide what it is that you believe, and believe the best of yourself. Don't, obviously, it doesn't take a brain surgeon for you to realize that you're going through something, but surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up and that are going to encourage you and say, what can I do to help you in a constructive way to get through this, But anyways, I love you guys, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.